Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have a psycho woman with orange hair killing her manager because she's insane. She needs medical assistance for psychological insanity because the reasonings that she did this is quite dumb. And it's not good. It's just not good. And without further ado, here's the actual clip of this happening, of what the story was doing and what she says and her reasoning for doing it.
To a breaking story we have been following the last few hours out of East Point, where police say an employee stabbing her own manager to death. This all happening inside a McDonald's on 9 Mile.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got I got to take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. Gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on. And then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right. But we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked. And I caught her a few times making a mistake. And she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's God knows it happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny.
Yeah, so that is a story that we have, that this lady here has decided to kill her manager. And it's quite annoying that that this woman here is using kind of petty squabble, or rather a reason why you just don't, where you don't have money, in terms of they're messing with your money, they're messing with you, or bullying you, or whatever. If that's what you're assuming, then you just leave the job. It's bad for the business for them to losing employees, because if the business is really looking for employees, then it will be a problem, right? And so again, there's just no reason to having to unalive or kill anyone for that matter at all, because it's really quite stupid. But nonetheless, this is what we have here. So again, here we go with the actual story of kind of like the whole story about talking about it. This lady is bloody insane. She is quite literally insane. Don't know why she wasn't like in a psych ward or somewhere else where she could be, because obviously this is where she belongs. And this video kind of shows and explains why she probably should have been in a psych ward beforehand.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
He just spoke with the victim's daughter, who is absolutely beside herself. You're going to be hearing from her later today on our newscast, Fox 2 News at 5 o'clock. But first of all, let's break down what happened. And I think you've got some video that you can show. This was around 8 o'clock this morning here at the McDonald's in East Point on 9 Mile. There was some sort of verbal altercation between this manager and an employee who, incidentally, the daughter says they were friends, that they were friendly. The employee goes home, according to police, gets a knife, comes back, stabs the manager. We've learned her name is Jennifer Harris, 39 years old, 6 children, a single mom working here for 15 years, stabs her to death. And then somebody in the drive-thru, this is happening in the area of where the employees are working in the drive-thru section of the fast food restaurant. Somebody going through the drive-thru, a CPL holder, sees everything happen. He shoots his gun in the air to try to stop everything. Unfortunately, he is not successful in doing so. But as the suspect is running out of the McDonald's, the police say that the man with the gun actually ran after her and held her at gunpoint until police arrived. She was arrested. Unfortunately, Jennifer Harris, 39 years old, died once she arrived at a hospital, multiple stab wounds. We did talk to an employee. Here's what she had to say about this horrible tragedy.
She left for 5 minutes. She came back with a mask on her face, and the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her. And she started stabbing her, and I ran for help, and basically asking everybody like help or whatever. I tried to stop her. It was no stopping her. She stabbed her everywhere.
Just an absolutely horrible, horrible situation. Again, coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, you'll be hearing from Jennifer Harris's oldest daughter. The family, these kids are ages 5 to 20, 6 children altogether. They were here earlier, just moments ago, absolutely beside themselves, really not understanding any of this and why this happened. They said that their mom, they called her, everyone's nickname for her was Jamma, that she got along with everybody. She always had a smile on her face, and that the suspect, they said, was always friendly to the children and giving them stickers and always laughing and smiling with them. So the family is having an incredibly hard time processing this.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure how we get here exactly to where we get to somebody where you're going to kill someone over something about your work jobs or whatever, or what I've told you. The crazy thing here is that there is multiple of other jobs that you can go and do that would pay around the same amount of money that you would be in a McDonald's job. I mean, McDonald's job, both employee and employer can easily replace a McDonald's employee, and you can easily go to another job that would pay you pretty much the same in McDonald's. Like, the fact that we have to go to killing someone instead of being a more rational human being and just saying, okay, you're going to put in your 2 weeks, you're going to search for another job, and then leave that said job and go to better, greener pastures, I guess you could say. It's not like you have to be working at McDonald's or multiple other places or fast food restaurants that you can technically work at that would be better or quote unquote treat you better, at least in this case, and have better results. But no, that's not what you did here. You decided to kill someone because they weren't getting your hours. Another thing that's crazy as well is that this woman says like, "Oh, I went in on my off days to try to make up my hours." But the thing is that like you just can't just go in whatever you want. I mean, you go in when you're allowed to go in, like what your schedule is. And then you can ask for more time. If they agree to get you more time, then you just do that. But the fact of the matter is that it doesn't give you the right to kill someone just because. That's the insanity part here. So without further ado, we're going to get into this actual thing here of this whole suspect issue and see where this takes us. Because obviously, I still cannot wrap my head around on why killing someone for this stupid of a reason is insane to me.
$25 million. That's the bond set for the woman accused of fatally stabbing her manager at the East Point McDonald's. Good evening, everyone. I'm Taryn Asher.
And I'm Brandon Hudson. The 26-year-old made her first court appearance today, and we learned this isn't the first time investigators say that she stabbed someone. Fox News' Camila Miri has the latest.
26-year-old Afeni Muhammad in court Friday afternoon, charged with first-degree murder. East Point police say Muhammad fatally stabbed her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, inside the McDonald's where they both worked on 9 Mile Thursday morning.
Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back."
2 days before the stabbing, Muhammad posted a video on her Instagram, which is public. This is a small portion of that video.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny.
Investigators say the suspect stabbed Harris several times inside the drive-thru portion of the fast food restaurant. A customer, a CPL holder, was in his car and witnessed the crime. Authorities say he shot his gun in the air, attempting to stop the violence. When the suspect ran out of the restaurant, the CPL holder held her at gunpoint until police arrived.
Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle.
Harris, a single mother of 6 and a longtime McDonald's employee, was pronounced deceased at a nearby hospital. Meanwhile, the prosecutor revealing this in court about Muhammad.
The defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case, involving a knife.
That prior stabbing occurred in Virginia. Muhammad's attorney arguing
she was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record.
The judge set Muhammad's bond at $25 million cash surety only. She will be back in court on July 23rd for a probable cause hearing. In East Point, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, so $25 million bond is crazy. That is crazy. But I think is rightfully a good choice. We need to have heavy consequences for people like this. This guy said that, like, well, she was under a lot of, like, I like how her lawyers are like, oh, she's under a lot of emotional distress, being a bully, etc., etc. Like, it's not with these emotional points. This is stupid. It's like, this is not the reason why you would go out and kill someone. All right, it's just dumb. This is stupid. It shouldn't even be remotely allowed in the slightest, and this is what we have. Again, I will also say this before my final point. Bosses, you need to understand that, like, probably do not try to abuse your power. I don't like bosses that do this. Abusing your power is never the good thing. And I think that this is something that has to be addressed. When you're abusing somebody, and you're, especially when it comes down to money, you can really push people off of the deep end. Now, I'm not saying what she did was correct, and I'm not saying what she should have done should have been allowed. But this is kind of the result that you have here. And also, you should probably be careful on your actual hiring practices as well, because maybe hiring somebody with orange hair or dyed hair is probably not a good idea for you, considering the fact that they were probably more likely a lunatic. So there's a few things that you probably have to take in question here, but the bullying thing is kind of stupid. I mean, don't do this. I don't know whether this bullying or thing was not, but I'm just putting it out here that just don't do that. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but, some people have to have it explained to them for them to actually realize, maybe I shouldn't do that. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks, guys. Share. As always, take care, my friends.